Imagine a land that once thrived, fields full of green, rivers flowing freely, trees bending under the weight of ripe fruit. Life was abundant and hope seemed unshakable. But then, slowly, the scene changed. The ground became dry and cracked. Rivers shrank to thin streams. Leaves withered. The joy of harvest faded into the silence of a waiting season. This picture is what some people experience in their personal lives, their relationship, open doors, and answered prayers. They remember such seasons, but now things seem delayed. Things seem stagnant, and they begin to wonder. Seems reversed. It's in such moments that Isaiah 62, verse 6 to 7 becomes a call to action. I have set one thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, till he'll establish. These verses paint the image of persistence. They speak of people who continue to call on God without stopping, who stay consistent until results come. The idea is not to pressure God, but to show unwavering commitment to the process. In the book of Ecclesiastes, another picture emerges. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 3. Here, the full cloud represents a moment when all your consistent efforts, your prayers, your good decisions, your discipline, your acts of kindness, and obedience finally reach a tipping point, just as water vapor slowly gathers in the sky until it forms, heavy enough to release a rain. Your daily actions and steadfast faith gather results over time until they finally pour out into visible change. Think of Elijah in 1 Kings chapter 18, 41 to 44. Even after he prayed for rain, the report from his servant was, there is nothing. But Elijah did not stop. He told the servant to check again, not once, but 7 times. On the seventh time, there was a small cloud, a sign that the drought was ending. This is the principle of feeling the cloud. Every small, consistent action counts. Every decision to keep moving forward, even when there is no immediate result, adds something to that cloud. And when it is full, it will empty itself. Sometimes suddenly, sometimes gradually, but it will not stay full forever without releasing its rain. So the question is, are you still feeling your cloud, or have you stopped? When you hear the phrase, keep feeling the cloud, it is not just a poetic image, it is a practical lifestyle. A cloud in the sky forms because water vapor keeps rising from the earth. It doesn't matter if the process is slow or invisible, as long as the vapor rises, the cloud grows. Your vapor can be anything that aligns your life with God's will and moves you towards your purpose. Prayer, discipline, generosity, study, service, wise decisions. Each act is like a drop rising upward. Galatians chapter 6 verse 9 says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. The challenge is that due season is often hidden from us. You don't know exactly when the cloud will be full. That's why Isaiah 62 verse 7 says, give him no rest. Give him no rest. The instruction is to remain engaged until the result appears. Let's break down what feeling the cloud looks like. Feeling the cloud through prayer. Prayer is one of the clearest ways of giving God no rest. It is not just about asking, it is about creating alignment. between your life and his purpose. Luke 18 verse 1 says, "And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint." The widow in Luke 18 kept coming to the judge with her request until he granted it. The story teaches persistence. In the same way, daily prayer is like sending vapor upward, unseen but effective. Secondly, feeling the cloud through consistency. Clouds don't form overnight. They are the result of steady accumulation. If you study, if you work, and live with discipline every day, you are adding to that invisible storage that will one day pour out results. Proverbs 13:11 says, "Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase." It is the steady gathering, one drop at a time, that fills the cloud. Number three, feeling the cloud through right choices. Sometimes a single wrong choice can delay a season of rain. Feeling the cloud means making choices that support your destiny rather than drain it. Forgiving when it's hard, telling the truth when lying would be easier, walking away from destructive habits. These decisions add weight to your cloud. Deuteronomy 30:19 says, "I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live." Filling the clouds through acts of kindness. Every seed you sow into others' lives, whether time, whether resources, or encouragement, becomes part of your own harvest. Proverbs 11 verse 25 says, "The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself." Kindness is a way of watering others while filling your own cloud. Filling the cloud through endurance. Endurance means not quitting when results seem far away. This is where most people stop. They feel the nothing stage, like Elijah's servants who saw no sign in the sky, and they stop adding to their cloud. Hebrews 10:36 says, "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise." Patience is the bridge between your actions and your harvest. When you understand that every right action, no matter how small, adds to the cloud, you will begin to see waiting differently. It's active feeling. It's refusing to let discouragement dry up your contribution. The truth is simple. A full cloud cannot hold back its rain. If you like, it's all about you. There is a moment in the life of every believer when what has been unseen suddenly becomes visible, when what you have been steadily sending upward finally returns. It returns to you in multiplied form. That is the moment of breaking. A cloud can hover in the sky for hours, even days, and seem harmless, but as it fills, something begins to happen inside. The weight begins to great begins to the weight becomes too great for it to hold. At first, it might release a light drizzle, but eventually, when it reaches full capacity, it breaks open in a downpour. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 3 says, "If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth." Notice the certainty in that verse. They empty themselves. It does not say if they will empty, it says they will. A full cloud has no choice but to release what it has been holding. The longest part of the process is the feeling. From your perspective, it can feel like nothing is happening. But inside the cloud, change is constant. The water droplets inside are merging, they are growing, they are becoming heavier. Your life works the same way. Every prayer, every act of obedience, every wise decision is adding weight to your future. Even though you can't yet see the release, the build up is real. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. It shall not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Sometimes the cloud breaks gradually, opportunities begin to open, relationships align, small victories pile up. Other times it breaks suddenly, and years of delay are overturned in a short season. Consider the story in 1 Kings chapter 18, 44 to 45. Elijah prayed repeatedly for rain after a long drought. For a while there was no sign. But then his servant reported, "Behold, there ariseth a little cloud out of the sea, like a man's hand." And he said, "Go up, say unto Ahab, Prepare thy chariot, and get thee down, that the rain stop thee not." And it came to pass in the meanwhile that the heaven was black with clouds and wind, and there was a great rain. The appearance of a small cloud was the signal that the process was complete. What began as a small sign quickly became an overwhelming flood. When the rain of your full cloud begins to fall, it has the power to restore what was lost. This is the principle of Joel chapter 2, verse 25 and 26. And I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, the palmer worm, and ye shall eat in plenty. Ye shall eat in plenty, and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, that hath dealt wondrously with you. Rain does not only bring refreshment, it revives the soul. It revives the soil. It resurrects what seemed dead and speeds up growth. Seeds that have been lying dormant suddenly spring to life. This is why you must keep filling. You must keep filling your cloud. You must keep filling your cloud. The very moment it reaches fullness, years of dryness can be reversed in a short time. When the cloud finally empties, when the cloud finally empties itself, the effect is more than personal blessing. It becomes a public testimony. This is the place Isaiah 62:7 describes, "And give him no rest till he'll establish, and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth." To be a praise in the earth means your life becomes an undeniable display of God's goodness. People see the change and give credit to him. Your recovery becomes a message in itself, a message no sermon could have preached better. In the feeling stage, much of your effort is private. The hours of your prayers, the disciplined choices, the acts of kindness, the endurance in difficulty. Most people don't see them. They only see what happens when the rain falls. Psalms 126 verse 5 to 6 says, "They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him." When the rain falls and destiny is recovered, joy becomes visible. Others who doubted your efforts will see the results and understand why you never stopped. One person's breakthrough can inspire an entire community. Just as dry land drinks in rain and causes rivers to flow beyond its border, your restored destiny can open doors for others, creating ripples of hope. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." This is not self-promotion. It is the natural effect of living in God's overflow. Your life becomes a praise to him, not only in your words, but in your results. Once the rain starts, the goal is not just to enjoy it for yourself, but to channel it towards lasting impact. That means helping others fill their clouds, sharing lessons learned during your waiting season, using restored opportunities to serve and build. Proverbs 3:27 says, "Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thy hand to do it." When God makes you a praise in the earth, it's both an honor and a responsibility. The overflow you carry can become the very thing someone else needs to keep pressing forward. The journey from drought to overflow follows a simple but demanding principle. Keep feeling the cloud, keep feeling it, and give the Lord no rest. Whether your vapor is prayer, whether your vapor is work, whether it is service, discipline, or faith, send it upward daily. The moment your cloud reaches fullness, it will empty itself. And when it does, not only will your destiny be recovered, but your life will shine as a testimony that others can see and glorify God. Every life will face seasons where the sky looks empty and the ground feels dry. In those moments, it's tempting to slow down or stop entirely, thinking your effort is wasted. But clouds are not filled in a day, they are filled by persistence, drop by drop, moment by moment. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 3 reminds us, if the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. That is not a possibility, it is a guarantee. A full cloud cannot remain full forever. So the call of Isaiah 2:62 verse 7 still stands. Give him no rest till he'll establish and till he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Keep praying even when there is no visible change. Keep working with integrity even when results are slow. Keep doing good even when no one notices. Keep believing even when doubt knocks at your door, because every one of these actions sends something upward, and when your cloud is full, it will release not just enough for you, but more than enough. So your life overflows and becomes a praise to God before the world. Don't stop. Keep feeling the cloud until it breaks. Keep feeling it. Don't get tired. Don't faint. And